Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? I appreciate you for being a part of the course. I'm not Holly, but I'm going to throw in my 2 cents every once in a while throughout the course. We got some amazing trainings today, so pay attention. This is all about finding your perfect clients that you want to work with and how to figure that out, how to find the ones that are going to be able to pay you the most, that are going to have the value, right? But then they're also easy clients, right? Because you got, this is the thing, if you are running around, getting really easy, super easy clients like restaurants and maybe massage places, ice cream places. Who can't give away freaking ice cream, right? Who can't get a bunch of people to come through the door on a smoothie or something like that, right? And there isn't huge profit margins on these, so you got to get them so much business, and then they got to track it all and be able to keep track of that. And so, is the value really there? Can they pay you, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month? Probably not. So you got to really take a look at who is gonna be able to pay you the most money, who's gonna actually be able to do the best for you. Okay, so you got the easy clients. Like I said, you got restaurants. But the value is really low, so we're gonna put the dot like right here. Restaurants. Maybe ice cream. So if you can't read this, just write it down as I'm reading. A little bit harder, maybe a massage place, but maybe a little bit more value, so you can charge them a little bit more. Massage. Let's see here, what else we got here in that area? Okay, so like acupuncturist maybe. A little bit better money or a little bit more value. They can charge a little bit more. I think I paid the last acupuncture I went through, it was like $100 or so. So acupuncture. But you're not going to be going multiple times, so it's not quite as valuable. I mean, you would, but maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. Maybe if you have some sort of condition, it's going to be more. Then you have higher up on the value, but still pretty easy, is maybe dentist. So let's do easy scale. Dentist is pretty damn easy. Then you got maybe even higher up on the scale is chiropractors, maybe a little bit harder. So, and I'm going to teach you guys how to figure these out. So if there's something that's not on here, then you can kind of figure it out for yourself. So next one, so even higher up on the thing would be like plastic surgeons, but probably maybe a little bit harder client. A little bit harder to get them clients, right? Because that's really what it's about. This easy isn't about how easy it is to get them as a client. It's how easy can you get them the results they're looking for, right? And so the next one would be, so like a plastic surgeon. So a little bit harder to get them clients, but they make more money, plastic surgeon. Little bitty harder would be like a real estate person, but probably in the same bracket as a plastic surgeon. So real estate, yeah, and then maybe a mortgage broker makes maybe about as much. I think actually real estate's probably gonna make a little bit more. Mortgage might be a little bit easier, so let's do down like right here, mortgage. I could be wrong on that. we haven't had a mortgage client yet open to it, right? But so mortgage, plastic surgeons, real estate. Now you get even higher up. More value is like a roofing company, but it's harder, a little bit harder. Roofer. What about solar? Is not as much value, probably about as hard, maybe a little bit. Yeah, so solar. And then you can get into commercial roofers, which are super valuable, but way harder. Commercial. Roofer. Just commercial roofer. So that would cut off the scale. They can make $1 million on one job. So it's really big money. So how do we figure this out? So we take a look at how much money do they make by their lifetime customer value, and we're going to do another training on that. It might be in the same area. It won't be in this training, but it'll be in maybe on the same page or like in the same area. You might have to comment below of where that exactly got put. But we're going to be doing another one on the value scale for different types of businesses, so you can understand how to explain how valuable your services are going to be. But you got to take a look at what your lifetime customer value is for a client, or excuse me, not for you, for them. So what is the lifetime customer value of a roofer? What is the lifetime customer value of a real estate, for a real estate agent? What is the lifetime customer value of a mortgage person? Plastic surgeon, right? Okay, so how do you figure that out, or how do they figure it? Because they gotta really do the numbers, or you can just kind of know about the industry. So here you go with solar. You got a solar system pays out. Now, if they're the owner, right? They got to be the owner. Somewhere between $3,000 and maybe $10,000 is really kind of the range there. Now a roofer can make on one roof, they could make, depending on obviously what kind of roof they're doing and all that, they can make maybe 3 to they can make 15 maybe off of that. Real estate person, they're making 3%, they make basically 1.5% after they share with their broker, unless it's the full one. If they're the person that is listing it and they're the selling agent, so if they're the same one, then they make about 3% of the house. So on a $100,000 house, it's $3,000. So maybe they're making $3,000 to if they're selling a $500,000 $500,000 thing would be like 15. So it depends on where you're at, right? So if you're in California, it might be higher than this. $100,000 in California is a freaking shack. So you got to take a look at where you're at on that. Plastic surgeons, I'm not really sure on this. I'm guessing plastic surgeons probably make somewhere between, maybe 3 and maybe 15, maybe 10, 3 and 10, depending on what they get. But that's lifetime customer too. You take a look at, maybe they come in and they get just one surgery, they get breast implants, or maybe they come back breast, they get the nose, they get the freaking everything, and it's a little bit higher. Maybe they could be into the 20, 30, who knows. Mortgage usually makes about 1% of the mortgage, but they'll get way more, they can do way more. And maybe they do multiple ones or whatever. Maybe this is actually less. So, I don't know. So this is about 1 to maybe 7 or so, something like that. Chiropractors are interesting because they got all kinds of stuff they're doing. They're doing regular adjustments. They're doing I've seen where like if they're doing it right, if they do prepay, which is super valuable, which is basically where they do a plan and they get all their vitamins, they get adjusted 3 times a week or 4 times a week depending on how much they need. They have an exercise plan, they have all this stuff, and they sell it for like a year for like $7,000, and then they get them financed and all that, and they can make like $7,000 a year for the per client. I've seen, so this one's maybe 3 to 7,500, something on that nature, right? And then dentists, I mean, it all depends. This is obviously, maybe it's like, could be like a few $100s, 300 to, if they get like fillings, they get a crown, they get all that stuff, it could be like $2,000-3,000. Acupuncture probably going to be maybe like 100 to, if they come back over and over again, maybe maybe like $800 or so. Massage, usually like $60-70 an hour. Maybe you're coming back, so $60 all the way up to maybe they come back like 6 times, $360. Restaurant, I mean, really, you got to take a look at like how many times they got to come in. So you're $10, or if it's a nice restaurant, maybe $20 to maybe $400 or something like that. Ice cream, what's like that, like $5-6, $10 to $60 per person. It's all volume. It's all volume right there. You got to get a lot of people in the door to really. So in this commercial real estate could be at 100,000, or not real estate, excuse me, 100K up to a mil. So that's a big money right there. Then you got real estate investors would probably be like right here. They're making real estate, they're making like 10 to 30K per person, stuff like that. So that's the kind of the different thing. But then and maybe I should have put this one up here because it's going to be a little bit harder than a roofer. Boom. Not quite as hard as that. But yeah, so that gives you an idea of the different clients. So what we decided to do is really kind of zero in on chiropractors, right? They're freaking easy and they make good money per client. That's just my recommendation, kind of what we came up with on who to deal with. And so you guys kind of have a choice. Who do you want to deal with? Now, we can charge a chiropractor, $1,500 to $2,500 a month, and all we have to do is get him, 2 to 3 clients in that time, and then they're pumped, right? They're pumped, because if they're making $3,000 to $7,500, they're making, especially if they're prepay. If they're prepay and I get them 3 clients, they just made $21,000 in the month, and they just basically, what is that? Say they just 10x their money, right? They 10x their dollars, and so it just makes sense. And so that's what we decided to do. Now you don't have to do that. You can focus on dentists. Dentists can also do pretty good. They get crowns. They get a lot of people coming in. It's a little bit more volume. There's people that just crush it with dentists. So, anyways, hopefully you got value from this. If you did, comment. I believe there's comments below, and I appreciate you so much.